Hey guys, wow. I was inspired today again to talk about some stuff around my practice and also my story because I think it's of a vital importance for all of us to talk about these things. And that's why, the episode title is Stop Living a Lie. Why I'm talking about a lie and why a lot of us live a lie. That's a very interesting question for me. I hope that you're hearing me well. I'll just try to make the microphone good. So what I'm saying by that is stop living a lie, man, or a girl. Why? Because this is not why supposed you're here in this world. We came here with. I'm not so big like believer in fate and I mean fate when I say that there is something written there for us and that's what is gonna happen and that's we are here. No, but every one of us. I mean, according to me, of course, everyone has different views on that. But my view is that every one of us has something unique inside, something which is some people say talent, gift, or I just say it's a spark. And the best way to really unleash this spark, this potential, is to be yourself and to tap into it. And you cannot do that when you wear masks and when you lie. What I mean by lie, I speak with a lot of people, clients, and other people, potential clients, friends, and also see it in my life that very often we stay stuck in situations when we deep inside know that this is not what we want, but we are so afraid that we're gonna lose something there. That's why we keep staying in this suffering because we are afraid what is gonna have, what is gonna happen on the other side of that. So I'm here to tell you that what is on the other side is what you're looking for. And as many things in life, it's the most kind of is the hardest and most frightening things to go there, to go through the tunnel in order to see the light. I was talking to someone very recently about that in the only way to go to the light is to go through the tunnel. And sometimes it takes days, weeks, or months to do that, but it definitely makes sense to do it. When we see some successful person who is happy with their life, when they're shining and they are waking up in the morning with excitement what is going to happen, it's not that this was given to them. They created it because they were okay to go through the tunnel to the darkness, and they didn't stay in the status quo, didn't stay in things they didn't feel that is for them because it should be like this, because it's safer like this, and so on and so on. I know that everyone who keeps listening what I'm saying here, I know that you have something you really want inside. I know that that you really want to have it, but you're afraid to really approach it. And I'm saying you approach it, go through it. Because very often when we are in the situation, when we really are we have decided, we have committed to create it, we receive this amazing strength, and we actually becomes easier when we are into it than before that. I mean, when we are before that, we live in these fears in our head. We are afraid to approach it because of these fears. And the reality is, when we really jump into it, this resourcefulness, this strength is coming from sometimes nowhere, and you have really the courage to go through the things needed to actually stay with the hardships so that you can go on the other side. And that's what I'm saying to you. Right now, maybe you're working some job you don't like. Maybe you're in a relationship you don't feel happy. Maybe you're in friendship. Maybe you are living somewhere where you don't want to live, in a place or with people. Stop doing that. stop doing that, because in this way, when you stay with something like this, what you do, actually, what you're doing is you are diminishing your potential. You are killing yourself from the inside because you are staying somewhere where you don't really want to stay. You are living a lie. And even though sometimes we are so great in finding reasons why we stay in certain situations, and the biggest one of these reasons might be because, and I'm totally, I'm serious about that, and I'm not, I'm not diminishing that. Sometimes you have family, you have children, you have, wife, you have, people for whom you need to really take care of. But hey, the most important thing for people, for family, for children, is to be with them, to be happy when you are with them, to really be joyful with them. And I'm not sure if you live a lie, if you are working something you really hate, or you don't feel satisfied and you know that there is something else out there which is your thing, which is going to help you, unleash this spark inside, which is going to help you to truly be yourself fully and really serve the world in the best way. I'm not sure that wouldn't be way more satisfying for the people around you than if you stay somewhere, be safe, and you are really miserable in your life. And that's what I'm saying. I know that some people will say, but it's not so easy, because how can I, be sure that I'm gonna have the chance to really cover all my expenses and I take care of my children, friends, family, whoever you want to take care of. I know that it's not, but we don't talk about easy things here. We talk about unleashing potential. We talk about being happy and fulfilled in life. That's what we talk about here. And if you really realize that for yourself, and you really see the potentiality of that, what kind of potential we have if you really step into your strength and really go ahead and do things, that you realize that the more you're doing it, the more resourceful you become, the more things you can go through, the more adventurous your life is. And when you live a lie, what we are doing is actually we kill our curiosity, our adventurous spirit, which actually keeps us really be childlike about life, really be in awe with everything which is happening, really unleash this imagination we have, so that we want to create what we want. And that's the thing, we actually prefer to live a safe life in status quo, doing things we hate or we don't want, or we feel that they are not our thing, and then we go and we watch movies that are giving us a false feeling of adventurousness, of love, of laughter, or whatever we are doing there. So what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, we want these things, but we are so afraid that we cannot handle them in real life. So what we do is we live a false life with false people, with false jobs, and then we want to get that from the media. I know that maybe you've heard about that. Most of the scary movies are movies which are very preferred by people. Why? Because they're good, because they are really something which you can get a lot when it comes to wisdom or maybe emotions. Yes, maybe, but mostly is because in scary movies you have this shock with this. You have this feeling of adventurousness in a way, something new, something unexpected. That's what we want in our life, but we are afraid to have it in real life. That's why we are watching Game of Thrones, because we have everything there, but it's not, we are like safe, we are here, we are from the side. What I'm saying is, this is a real life of lie. And then why I'm saying that is also because I lived my life, most of my life, in a lie. I was lying to myself like miserably. I'm really now in a moment when I would say I'm very close to totally forgive myself for what I did on myself for all these years when I was trying to be someone else. I was trying to be in relationships with people because I felt that they're better than me and they need to really approve of me so that I feel good about myself. I work things and I really, when it comes to whatever in my life, whatever serious, when it comes to money and career, I was listening to other people because I thought they didn't know more than me because they appeared more successful on the side. But then I started coaching some of these people and being closer to some of these people, and I realized that actually that's not true. That actually a lot of these people were way more miserable than me. I was way more happier in many different senses, and I was thinking that they are my authorities and stuff. So that's when I decided to stop doing that and really take ownership of my life and take ownership of my values, my principles, my vision, and all of these things which are important for us to have and to own in our life, so that we can really go ahead and do stuff in our life, achieve stuff, achieve actually what you really want in your life, and be yourself mostly. Because once you really follow your dreams, I've spoken to so many people who are saying, yeah, I just really want to do these things, but I can't afford it. There is no way to make it happen. There is no way to make money out of this. So many limiting beliefs. And I'm gonna tell you guys, in nowadays, everything you do, no matter what, if you are a dishwasher, and I'm not diminishing the work of dishwasher, I've been working dishwasher for 6-7 years. When I had to really go through developing my practice, I've been working that, yes. And I'm gonna tell you one thing: even if you do this job in a great way possible, if you are really focusing and committing because you want to wash dishes, and that is what is really you're passionate about, and yeah, there are people who want that. I've seen when I was working. I'm gonna tell you now this thing. I was working in a very big hotel in Denmark, and I was working with many people there, from people from many different countries like Denmark, Spain, Eritrea, Lithuania, Poland, from all over the world in all the ages. And I'm so happy and blissful that I had that. And I'm gonna tell you, if you become a great in that, you can get a great job in a great hotel or place or restaurant in the world when you can make a great amount of money. That's a reality. All of the other things are limiting beliefs we put ourselves into because we believed someone else said it or whatever. So we stay stuck in something we really hate. We start hating ourselves for that. We start hating everyone around us. And do you know who you are punishing by being like this? Yourself. And that's what I call everyone here who is listening to that. Stop punishing yourself because you are afraid to really own your life and take ownership and actions towards what you really want. And that's what I'm championing when I work with people. That's one of the most important things, to really help people realize how much more powerful they are than they think they are. Because when you live in this lie, you are really putting yourself in a very bad situation. You are putting yourself in a really bad situation in staying there as a victim of circumstances, and you create the circumstances. I mean, that's a deep conversation which I would love to have with you. If you want, just reach out and let's have a conversation with you about that. But you create all of this and you can recreate it. You can create something amazing. Come back to the dishwashing example. Yes, you can be the greatest dishwasher in the world, and you can have a great work in a great hotel, in a great place where you're gonna make a lot of money and you're gonna have a great life. But take ownership on that. Don't try to be something else which you're not. Don't try to be someone who you think you should be because other people will like you or they're gonna be with you and they're gonna really admire you or whatever. Fuck other people. Sorry for my language, but it's this like this. Fuck other people. They have their life. If they're really with you, they love you, they're gonna accept who you are. And when I'm saying that you try to be someone else and you cannot be, just something here I want to share with you. You can be whatever you want, but when this comes from a place of you and love, that you really want to be that thing, you're not doing it because you have to. This is the problem. Do you know what happens there? The problem is when you do something because you want to be approved and you want to wear a mask and living a lie, deep inside you know that, and you create a great internal conflict inside, because the deep side of you, which that knows that this is not you and you are doing it for other people and you are abandoning yourself, actually, this part won't let you be fully committed to the other thing, because it knows that it's not coming from a good place. And this is the very subtle example which I want to give you, and to understand that, going deeper, what you realize actually, and with a lot of work with people I work, they realize actually exactly these details. Where is this coming from? And they understand why this is actually ruining their life. Stop doing it. When I was before I have this emptiness breakdown, I echo this when I was 21 or 2, when I didn't feel anything, that I want anything in my life. I felt so empty inside that I felt that I literally can't fill in this gap with anything. The reason for that was because I gave up myself very early in my life. I gave up what I wanted, my vision. I was doing what other people said, because I thought that they are better than me. And do you know what happened there? And this is actually what is happening. My being was zero. It was below the zero as energy or everything. And even though on the surface I was great, I mean, I would say great, grades and looking good and, everything from the outside, smart, intelligent, having good grades and stuff. And I said that several times. But all of these things, great in sports also. I mean, from the outside, everything was great. Intelligent, great in sport, grades, women, everything. But inside was zero. It was like dead inside. So that was the reason why then there. I understood it later. I gave up on myself. And the problem was, I was alone. I didn't know about coaching that time. I didn't know that I can hire a coach and I can talk about these things with someone. I knew the only psychologist, but that definitely was not the solution for me. And I'm not diminishing psychologists here again. I'm just saying what I wanted was not that. A great, way to say it, I think, to understand that. So what I'm saying is, once I was there, once I realized, then I decided to make changes in my life. Then I decided to go towards more being who I am and what I want. And this is the moment when I'm going to tell you guys, whoever is listening now or later, stop diminishing yourself and stop really make your life miserable by living a lie. Stop doing that. Stop it now, in this very moment. How you're going to do that? Just stay with yourself and really ask yourself honestly what you really want right now. You don't need to make the change immediately. You don't need to make the change now. But you be honest with yourself now, in this very moment. Is what I do what I really want to do? With these people I am, my friends or my girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife, or is this the place I want to live? Be honest with yourself, because guys, a lot of people live a lie with all of these things, and that's why they are miserable. And it's easy, but simple. It's not easy to make the changes and stuff, but it's simple to really ask yourself this question, because I know that deep inside you know that there is something more you want, and now your job is to really be honest with that, understand it, accept it, and go for it. Do that. Do this simple exercise. Ask yourself every morning, is that what you really want in my life? And this doesn't mean that you need to make the change immediately, but you're going to be honest with yourself. And believe me, once you start being honest, or once you start really being into that, it's going to come a moment when you are going to have the resources, create the resources in order to make change. Another point of view here. You might think that you don't have the resources when you stay aside, because you stay in the doubts and fears. But once you go into that, once you committed to that, the resources will come. I love this Peter Dunov, Bulgarian philosopher, a spiritual teacher, that he said, if you have a pond in front of you and really want to cross it, you go towards the pond and then the car will come. That's amazing. And that's so many times in my life I've seen that once I go into it, I said, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm there. I'm totally committed to that. Then everything else is coming because the world wants to help me, but wants to help me in the direction I want to go. Where I'm committed to, and I am living a really truth of who I am and what I really want. I'm clear, I'm committed, I'm in alignment with that. And until you live the lie and staying and doing things you really hate and you don't like, you wouldn't have that help. Why? Because you're not looking for that. Because you yourself are not doing it. And here I'm not blaming you. I mean, don't take it as a blame or I'm trying to make you guilty or something. No, I'm just trying to really help you connect to this part of you which I'm sure that stays there and waits for this help, waits someone to pull it out and to champion it towards the succession of it. To be successful, it's the best way to do it, to just do the thing every day towards what you really want, and you're gonna find a way to make it happen. That's what I think is to be successful. Well, several years ago, someone asked me about the success and where I'm successful. So what does success mean to me or something? And I said that success is like a curve which is going like this and at some point goes exponentially like this. And he asked me where in this curve I am successful. And the immediate answer, it was intuitive answer in myself, was everywhere. No matter where I am, here, or here, I'm successful. Why? Because as long as I'm on this curve, I'm successful. I'm on the path towards what I really want in life. And guys, you might be here, like when it comes to money, career, family, but you are maybe here when it comes to success. Why? Because you're not on your path, because you're living a lie, and you know that. You know inside that this is the truth for you, but you're not willing to accept it, because if you accept it, means that you're gonna see yourself as a failure. But I'm gonna tell you are not a failure. Because once you realize that, you come back to the right track. You come back to the place you are living your truth, just by recognizing where you are. You are not a failure. You're a success in the moment you realize that actually you're living a lie. And I'm sure once you do that, you're gonna feel this freedom inside. You're gonna feel this really boost of energy from the inside, that you actually, for the first time in your life, you are truly true to yourself and to where you stay right now. And then you start getting actually where you want to be and how you want to be through that. And the reality is, you might not change everything from the outside. I'm not saying that you need to change your life, your wife, or your job. No. But what you can do is to change from the inside, which will manifest in different way in your life, which might stay on the outside the same. You might change a lot of things on the outside as well. I mean, this depends on how you feel, and when you realize these things from the inside, you're gonna make choices which are gonna be in alignment with your truth, and then you might make changes from the outside. Maybe you're not, but your experience, if you don't change anything, your experience will be completely different. And that's what I'm aiming with working with people. And when I say help you really transform this inner emptiness you feel inside into a childlike enthusiasm for prosperity, growth, love, and money, whatever you want in your life. Once you do that, and it's just unstoppable, this energy which is coming from the inside. So be true to yourself. The last thing I want to say today, be true to yourself. Be honest, ask yourself the question, am I living the life I want to live? Honestly, say it. Because your answer, your honest answer, will be the beginning of a new, amazing journey, adventure, which is so great, so amazing, and so lovely. You cannot imagine. And if you want a conversation to talk more about it, just let me know. I'm here for you. comment, write me back on whichever social media you are listening that, and I'm really eager to help you in that. That's what I want to help people. I want them to live the truth. I'm eager from inside to help you live the life of your dreams from a place of love and fulfillment. So talk to you again, and have a lovely day. So now when I find the way where I can stop the video, that would be great. So have a lovely day, guys, again.